So we're going to lie on the back of the body with the balls, or balls. If you've just got one, that's fine, just use one side. Roughly about here. So this is a trapezius muscle, comes from the top of the neck out to the shoulders and then all the way down to here. So we're looking about here, which is where the shoulder blade draws back. So it's not on the bone, it's just next to the bone. And it's not on the vertebrae, the bone of the vertebrae. So it's on the muscle area. So we're trying to place those balls on those points. If you haven't got the balls, just do the same with the arms. If you find it tender, particularly if you've got more of the sort of lacrosse balls, you can always put your mat on top of the balls if that helps, but they might move everywhere. Or you can always put a sock underneath, around your ball, or a blanket or a cushion there. Also, I'd recommend you put, if you've got a harder ball, a cushion underneath the heads, because if you have your head further down, then there's more pressure there. Or even if you've got tennis balls and you're finding it too strong for you. And then from there, we reach our arms up over the chest. From here, reach your fingers high as though you're reaching for the ceiling. And then draw the shoulders back as though you're drawing the shoulders back down to the floor behind you. So you're reaching the fingertips up toward the sky. And then lowering the arms back down. So the shoulder blades draw back. Reach the arms up and back. And last one, up and back. So we'll do this again with the balls the other side if you've only got one. Then from here, take the arms wide out into a T. Reach the arms back up over the chest. Arms wide into a T shape. Then reach the arms back up. Over, wide, rise the arms back up. Open wide. Then rise the arms back up. Then take in the right arm toward the right ear, left arm toward the left hip. Rise the arms back up. So reaching away. Rise the arms back up. If you don't have a ball, you don't feel this is enough, you feel that you need a little bit more, you could have both your legs in tabletop or one leg in tabletop, so you engage in more through your abdomen if you don't have the ball, and then switch in. Otherwise, no legs, one arm to one ear, one arm to one hip, rising up. Reach away, rising up. So it's not on the bone. Excuse me. Reaching away and up. Last one, reach away and up and releasing. So if you've got only one ball, switch it now to the other side. If it's too much, just leave it out today. This is really good for releasing out the neck. So reach your arms up over the chest first. Then you're reaching your fingertips up toward the sky and then down toward the mat. So you draw the shoulder blades in towards one another. Reach the arms up and draw the shoulders down. Reach the arms up, draw the shoulders down toward the mat. Up and down. Bend your knees so there's less pressure and the back's more supported. You can straighten them if you want to, but there's more support there with the knees bent. And reach and release. Now take the arms wide out into a T, or maybe halfway there, wide's too much. And then rise the arms back up. So you're exhaling as you're opening. Inhaling as you rise. Now you will find with time and with practice that these points become less tender. So we're working to break down those tender points with this exercise. Exhaling as you open. Inhaling as you rise. Last one. Exhaling as you open. And inhaling as you rise. Then one arm to the ear, one arm to the hip. And then switch. Now if you don't have the ball, you could lift one leg up in tabletop, do a few and then switch. Otherwise, if you've got the ball, I recommend just doing the arms. Exhaling as you reach away, inhaling as you switch. Exhaling as you reach away, inhaling as the arms come up over the chest. Breathing out as you reach away, in as you rise back up. Exhale, reach. Inhale, rise. Let's take 2 more. Last one. And releasing, rolling onto the side of the body, releasing the ball or balls. Okay, so this one you can do with it. Ball always gets lost. This one you can do with a ball or a tin. In fact, I tried it the first time this morning with a tin and I found it great. So the area we're looking for is, so you've got your hip bone here, you've got your hip bone here and the top of the leg here. So it's somewhere in between the two. There's a bone here, bone there. It's just really above this, the top of the leg bone. And we're aiming for there. We're lying on the side of the body. It can be done standing if you prefer. It's difficult to do it standing with the tin because it will just slide off the wall. And then bend your knees and gently lower it down onto your forearm. That's probably enough. You can lower down all the way, but probably forearm is enough. And then from there, you just lift your top knee slightly, and the foot drops to the floor. And then use that to kind of move yourself up slightly and back down. Now you might find that bottom leg, if you straighten it, it will deepen for you. You're breathing. If you find a point which is really tender, you can just stop there and breathe really deeply into the area. So what we're trying to do there is get the blood flow into the area, because when the point is tight and restricted, that oxygen doesn't go there. So this is quite tender. This is a tensor fasciae lata muscle. It gets really tight, and it, if that's tight as well, this muscle, well, it's not a muscle, the iliotibial band, the ITB band here gets really tight. If you're finding that too much, you can come rolling up and down this muscle instead, the ITB band, the side of the leg. So for this one, you just need to straighten the bottom leg. I always find it a little bit awkward kind of doing this, which is why I prefer to go to the top one, because I find it a little bit awkward having my arm there. But you can drop this top foot in front or just by the shin, and then you're lifting up, lifting your hips and rolling up and down the side of the leg. Or if you prefer, you can just have your ball just to the side and then lowering down until you feel that tender point and just hold there. Breathing. And releasing. Let's try the other side. So let's try that muscle at the top again. So we've got the hip here, top of the leg there, just above the top of the leg, around about that area. So we can get our tin or tennis ball there. So we're bending our knees and then lowering down onto your forearm. And then just slightly roll up and down. You can keep both knees on top of one another. You could lift the top knee, foot on the floor to give you a little bit more mobility to come up and down. Breathing. Are we all okay? Just thumbs up or medium.